And we're live, I hope. Unless I've been invaded by the gremlins that have invaded Shark Scrappers Live, as that is causing them so many issues with the sound of late. But hopefully we don't get invaded by them gremlins. Let me make sure everything is working over on the YouTube side for me. Yeah, everything seems to be a-okay over there. Oh, cancel that. I nearly forgot to click that. Oh, that would have been terrible. Yeah, so everything seems to be okay over there on YouTube now. Right, so how is everyone doing this fine Sunday? Picture seems to be a bit blocky on my YouTube side, so hopefully it's not as blocky on your YouTube side. Maybe internet might be a bit bad, but I don't know. So anyhow, welcome in, guys. First person in was That Right Recycling, who was also first person in on Shark Scrappers Live, followed by E-Waste Mike, Pooh's Mate, Electronic Scrapper, and Philip. So welcome in, Philip. Good to see you. Scrapping Irish Electronic Scrapper. Top of the day to you. Well, top of the day to you too, sir. Good to see you. So hopefully that picture, I see the internet. Let me just try closing a few screens down maybe here and on my side, and it might help out. So because we don't want too many screens left open, I think that should be enough now for what I want. And don't need that screen, and I don't need that screen. Okay, so we just have two screens open, YouTube side and the StreamYard side. So welcome in, Scrap and Salvage. Good to see you. Just started work. We'll go get my AirPods. Well, you get your AirPods in. I thought you were going to say earplugs for a minute, that you didn't want to be listening to us at all. So what has everyone been up to? What has everyone been scrapping out? What have you been working on? Have you cashed in some of your copper? Hey, Scrap in Scotland. Good to see you, sir. Shark Scrapper was talking about the price of copper at the moment, and the storage being high at the moment in the warehouse for copper. So warehousing is quite high at the moment, so that's keeping prices down on the copper. So hopefully, if economies start to pick up around the world, copper will start to get lower, and hopefully then price will increase. That's what we're saying anyhow. We're hoping for that. I have pinned the link for anyone that wants to come up. That's right, Recycling, thanks for being in. See you, Scrapping, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you too, sir. Let me see, I said Scrapping Scotland, hi to them. I'm just going to open a door here because it's quite warm in this room, and I'm letting some fresh air in so that it's not roasting hot. Yeah, so what has everyone been up to? JR Cats, welcome in. Scrapping on the Fly, welcome in. Oh, we have, let me see, Scrapping on the Fly is in. And there's who he sorted the problem for what you call live stream. He sorted the sound problem. He discovered if you press the mute button, it solves all the problems.
Works beautiful.
I seen that comment and I just said, "Oh, Mike, never change, never change."
I'm trying to help him out.
Yeah, and then telling everyone else then to copy the same thing, just do the same thing. Hey, Anthony, good to see you. Anthony is a new subscriber that subscribed today, so welcome, Anthony. Hope all is good with you. Are you having a busy day today, Mike, or are you having a lazy day today?
Tinkering around.
As you can see from Mike behind him, he's a lot of PCs still to be taken apart there. And there. And there.
And we got 157 in the van.
Oh, here's the man himself.
That's up for him.
I think you have YouTube running.
Say again?
No, it's solved now. Oh no, I can hear an echo.
On his side.
YouTube is muted.
Scrub.
Hello. Yeah, it's in here.
Shark is an ant. Eric, you want to hear a really bad echo? Look for me to start flying.
Well, I'm going to mute you for a second, Shark, just to feel the call, in case it's one of us. Now, hello. No, it's definitely Shark.
Just drop him down.
Look, it's definitely Shark. Did you change any of your mic settings? Go into StreamYard, make sure you echo thing, which...
That's better. That's the best right there.
Poor old Shark. He had a week off and he's having awful technical difficulties. He's back. Let me see. Who's made it saying hi, Electronic Scrapper, saying hi to everyone. Shark is audio killer today. Big Country Scrapper, welcome in. Let me see. What else did you have it still open?
He needs to go back to North Carolina.
And I want to ask him about his trip to North Carolina, so hopefully he gets this problem sorted and gets back to us. That's what you get for being so technically, like all these screens. I can barely manage one screen, never mind two screens going.
What's up, Big Country?
You were saying something there before Shark came up. What would you say? You were on about something. On about your PCs, you have to tear down 100 and something of them.
So I have 442 that I have to tear down yet.
442. Hold on. Let's see if his audio has been sorted. Hello, Shark.
Hello.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Not your day today.
It happens that way sometimes.
Yeah. It can be when you just want to play. Still no videos for me. Well, Ian is putting no videos out for a while because of his wedding coming up. Well, not his wedding, his son's wedding, Philip, because he's been warned he's not allowed to do anything in the shed for so many weeks before the wedding in case he does any injury to himself, which is a possibility.
He texted me Monday morning, so he is alive.
He is alive. Pooh's made it say, yay, welcome back, Sharky. So, Sharky, what was your trip like to North Carolina? Enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah. It was a blast. I mean, it was so much fun.
I was in Atlanta, Georgia last weekend. Visited family, gave me a chance to go through some of my father's old IT equipment. So, did you find anything nice, Electronic Scrapper, in the old IT equipment? So, Sharky, what's it like to be back from North Carolina? Do you want to go back now straight away to North Carolina?
Oh, it was so nice there. So nice. Temperatures were in the 70s at night, 80s during the day. They were getting ready for a heat wave because it was going to hit 90 over the weekend there. I mean, it was just so pleasant compared to 95 to 100 degrees that we're dealing with here in Florida. Yeah, just so nice.
Did you just arrive back today, or were you back before today?
Last night.
Okay. So you had the full week up there.
Yeah. And the people are just freaking amazing. I mean, there's a certain amount of homelessness there that they deal with. Not nearly as bad as I've seen on the news. It's like, I guess the news just likes to play up, everything that they can. But there's definitely a homeless population that they deal with there.
Because the news is.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying the news will always try and make stuff bigger to try and attract your attention. So you always have to check these things out for yourself. As I always say to people, don't believe everything you see from any source. Always do your own research too.
Yeah.
Always do your own research. But what's called saying, J.R. Katz is saying it's a great. That state has a great barbecue. So I don't I don't know what does he mean that they like doing their barbecues up there, or a great barbecue state.
Well, we definitely had some great barbecue while we were there. Yeah, we went to this place. It was called 12 Bones Barbecue. It's I guess Obama went there when he was out on the campaign trail when he was first running for president. And every day you go by that place, and the line is outside the building and around the building. I mean, it's like you go in. You don't go in and sit down at a table and get seated and stuff like that, right? You walk in, you go up to a counter, you order your food, and then they give you a number thing, and you go find a place to sit down, and then they bring your food out to you when it's ready.
That's right. Recycling wants to know, what part of North Carolina were you in?
Asheville.
So
I'll type it in here.
Yeah. I was going to do it just when your sound was breaking up, you were on about the copper and stuff. So I might ask you if you couldn't really hear what you were saying. Some of this about when you're putting up the copper stocks are really high at the moment in the warehousing. So was there any particular reason why stocks are high? Is it just that economies are slowing down in certain parts of the world and not using as much copper, do you think, or what's the reason?
I couldn't find anything definitive that would say this is what's going on. There was a lot of the comments about EV manufacturers shifting over to so they don't have to have as much copper. Copper production is picking up more. So there was a lot of little anecdotal kind of stuff, but I couldn't find anything definitive on it. No.
Okay. No, because I say I know, because the industry I work in, we sell copper, and so I've noticed the price in copper for buying it in to resell it is gone down. So I was thinking then that means surely there's going to be a knock-on effect on scrap price dropping a bit back as well in the next month or so, because if the finished copper that you're buying new is dropping, then scrap is going to drop back a bit. So I don't know. I was expecting this time of the year to be seeing copper up at least another 20% on what it started the year, but hasn't materialized at all.
You're actually in a great position when it comes to understanding copper because you're buying copper, the finished copper goods. Yeah. And so when you see those prices go down, that's going to tell the rest of us that the scrap is going to go down.
Yeah. That's what I say. Usually we'd be buying it every month. So from month to month, you'd see prices changing. So for the last 2 months, it's dropped back for the last 2 months in a row. So it'd be interesting to see what will happen for the start of next month. What's the pricing going to be like? Will it be back again, or will it have stabilized and stayed around the same? But it's been dropping steadily for the last 2 months. Scorpion Metals, welcome in. Who else I see? Doggy Bones, welcome in.
You know why the inventory is so high on copper right now?
Go on.
Because Big Country sold all his.
Oh yes, that's right. Big Country cashed in all his copper.
Yeah, so good enough for everybody.
Thanks, Big Country. Sure. And Watchgo, didn't scrapping on the fly? Didn't he put a rake of copper in there 2 weeks ago as well?
Yeah, we don't count him.
So them guys are to blame. Well, I'm still, as I say, because I'm doing it as a hobby, I don't need to be cashing it in, so I can just keep collecting for it now. It's not like I have huge amounts I'm collecting, so but I just keep holding on to it and see will prices rise or stabilize or what's going to happen in the price in the next 6 months. And again, coming closer to maybe November, I might make a decision whether to cash in or just keep it again and carry it over into next year. Thanks to you, Scrapping. Yeah, please give a thumbs up. So, American's favorite hoarder. So, Shark, could you see yourself moving to North Carolina?
Yes. Yeah, I certainly could. We want to go check out a few more places in North Carolina, but I could see us going up there, getting out of the Florida heat, I could definitely see us going up in the mountains, man. Even though I love being around the ocean, boy, those mountains were just beautiful, just gorgeous up there. And we went and visited some of the little towns that are around Asheville, and even without hiking far into the woods, you get into just some beautiful countryside. Yeah, it's just gorgeous up there.
Scorpion is a hoarder when it comes to copper and e-waste. Well, I think a lot of the Scorpion is more. He's doing it for kind of I'm not sure if he's doing it as a hobby or what way he's doing it, but more the hobbyist guys will always be hoarders. Likes the guys like Shark and Mike have to keep it moving. Did you see many opportunities in the recycling industry up there in North Carolina? What's it like as a state for recycling?
Well, unfortunately, after meeting, a couple of the owners up there, it could be a bit of a challenge up there.
Okay.
First of all, the population is not nearly as big as Jacksonville. So, you immediately know that there's going to be less volume of goods just because the population is much smaller than around here. On top of that, they recently had a really big recycling company come into the area. So it used to just be this one family recycling business. They're like fourth generation recycling company. And we were talking about, how we could work together and I could help them with the electronic waste that they don't really understand and want to take the time to get good at and stuff. And we're still going to talk about that because there still might be something there. But while I was talking with them, they were saying that, yeah, just recently this big company came in and they're a little bit nervous about what that means because this company that came in, it's big. It's all over the state of North Carolina. And, they could play games with pricing that could make it uncomfortable for this other business that's a little bit smaller, only has 2 locations, may not be able to compete with them as much on pricing. So yeah, it's a weird situation going on there right now.
And the company that came in, are they set up a location there, or are they just doing collections or offering? They're telling people that they have a scrapyard or whatever way they're doing it.
They bought one of the other small companies so that they could have a location there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's competition right on the doorstep.
Yeah. And it's also a sign that this big company, they did the math and they realized there's enough business there for us to spend the money to go in and set up shop there. So, when a big company rolls in like that, you always start to get a little bit nervous.
Well, that's yeah. But sometimes the smaller companies may have been there for a while, and people are used to dealing with them and prefer the way they're dealt with. Sometimes the people might still stick with them. It's hard to know what way to go with when big companies come in. It depends on price.
Anfield.
Hey, Anfield and off with his head and Panas that came in there. I seen coming in there earlier as well. But it's I don't know. It's tough for small businesses with the bigger fish in the pond come in and can offer better prices maybe. So I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like here we've got this interesting balance here in Jacksonville. We've got this interesting balance because we have a couple of big names, and those big names are the place that small players like me can sell our shred and other stuff to, while I can make a lot more money selling higher end e-waste to places like BoardSort. So it works. And that was kind of what I was hoping to establish somewhere up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this big company that moved into Asheville, they pretty much do everything. All of the metals, paper, plastic, e-waste. I mean, they're into everything.
They are quite big. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that could become an issue.
Hey, Grandpa Kevin, welcome in. Scorpion Metals is saying, what is he saying there? He's you do have a bit of an advantage in some ways when you are small. A lot of people here want to charge you to pick up stuff when I tell them I pick it up from free. Yeah, well, that's the other side. With some of the bigger companies will have bigger expenses, so they have to charge more to pick stuff up if it's electronic waste and stuff like that, where you can pick it up and sell it on. You do it for free. that's where a lot of people doing house clearances and stuff like that. I notice around here, again, if someone is doing house clearances, a lot of the time they'll say on their flyer shed clearances and house clearances. Most of the time it's free of charge. So what they're hoping that when they get in there, if there's anything good that they can keep, they'll make the money on the stuff they can sell. And then if it's not of any value, then there will be a charge. So especially on shed clearances where someone may have died and the wife gets them around and she'd say, look, I want the shed cleared out. And if there's tools or old lawnmowers and metal and stuff like that, a lot of time they won't charge for the service because they'll make the money on the metals and the lawnmowers and the tools afterwards. So that's where a bigger company would still charge, because a lot of the time they'll have to employ someone to go and do the job as well, where the smaller company will be the guy himself doing it. What's American Horror? I went to Scrapyard and set up an account, and they do English, and they wanted to cut me a check instead of pay cash. Well, a lot of scrapyards nowadays will look to pay checks rather than cash anymore. It's kind of the way that a lot of them are heading that way. I don't know, how do you find that in America?
So here in the state of Florida, there's limits. If it's above a certain value, they have to pay you in check. There are also certain things, controlled items, where they have to cut you a check. It's all just part of how they are trying to mitigate theft and the sale of illegal or controlled commodities. So there's a certain amount of that. And, it's just, in some cases, it's easier for them to just cut you a check than have to deal with a cash truck showing up and balancing cash throughout the day and, those kind of things. Now, one of the yards that I go to, they use this ATM thing. So they give you a pay stub. You take that pay stub and you put in a code into the ATM, and it spits out your cash. So, it's cash, but it's not cash because they don't have to deal with counting the cash. The armored car shows up every other day or something like that, and they put money in when they need to, and well, there he is. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Can I just impulse and say, could you make me bigger? I have a tiny little announcement. It's more of a visual announcement. And hello, everybody in chat. Hello, E-Waste Mike.
Cheers.
That looks like a very nicely made mug there, Ian.
I'm not. It's got number 1 upset on it underneath.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Cheers.
Where'd you get that? I'd like to get one of them.
I was going to say, Mike, do you have anything to say on that?
I know nothing.
Look at that. That is like Victorian. That's some serious pottery, that is. You can't tell, but you want to see the filigree.
And then he's just gone.
You really can't tell now.
No. What I wish they would do here with, like they do in Australia, your money goes right into your bank account.
Yeah, that's what they in this day and age now. Surely they can just pay your money straight into your account with internet banking. Welcome back, Ian.
Sorry, was I discussing that gold banner on the top?
You are discussing the gold banner on the top.
Just do me one favor. If you feel the urge to get drunk on your engine, put that. Look at Shark Jr. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Ian. It's like amateur hour tonight, isn't it, Mike?
My next thing's gonna send him a freaking computer and a
amateur hour.
Did I hear somebody was sending me a computer? No, I just need a non-EU mouse camera. Non-EU camera.
All right.
Stop touching whatever you're touching. Oh, Matthew.
I share the frustration, Ian.
Oh, he is something else. Like, you know. So, guys, we're going to start a GoFundMe, and it's going to be to get a new PC for Ian.
Listen, I've swapped holes. I put it in a different hole, so it might be okay.
And I want you to know that purchasing that mug, sending it to Ian, still did not cost as much as sending M&M's to Ireland.
Well, I was going to say that mug did do a stop off in Ireland on the way, did it not, Mike?
Cork.
It stopped in Cork on the way. Now, Ian's missus her in-laws are all from Cork as well. So I think down that direction, isn't she, Ian?
Yeah, from Cork. Can I just answer scrap and salvage? Please. Windows 3.1, I'd like you to know I'm on MS-DOS 5.
Here we go. Simon, welcome in, by the way. Simon has just popped in, so welcome in, Simon, as well. Good to see you. We got cash, that as Foodman said, cash straight into your account. Surely nowadays, every scrapyard has access to internet banking, so they can say, right, what's your account number? Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. There it is, transferred over into your account. You'll have it within 24 hours or whatever. So, I don't think there's really an excuse anymore for that. Ian spilled his beer again. I don't know. Want anyone have access to my... But they don't have access to your bank accounts, Americans' favorite hoarder. They just have your bank account number. It doesn't give them access to your bank account.
Right.
They still can't access your bank account. And nowadays, people can access your bank account without your bank account number. Don't worry about that. If people want to break into your account, they will.
Yeah.
We're crossing things.
Don't move, Ian. Just stay still. You'll be fine. See? Look. Perfect.
Well, in the UK, it's all paid into your bank anyway. You can't get cash.
Yeah. Over here, you still get cash. It depends if the scrapyard knows you well and you're a good customer or whatever. They'll give you cash, but you have to give your ID. And
what they can do, they have a cash machine on site, which they operate, and they've got round it that way. So it still gets paid into an account, but you've got a card you can.
Yeah, well, that's what Shark was saying on there. Once you get a code, you enter into the cash machine when you go out, and that code will tell them how much to pay out to the person that's entered the code. So, George, welcome in. Good to see you. So, Ian, anyhow, what have you been doing with your time that you have been away from YouTube?
Sleeping, a lot of it.
Well, are you having withdrawal symptoms?
Well, yes. The wedding is next Friday. So 2 weeks ago, I gave up drinking. Went stone cold sober. Nearly stone cold. Stone cold sober, and it's hard. I've got to admit it's hard. Sometimes you just want to drink, but I got old. And it's like got over it by working in here till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock every night. Too busy. Not even having the computer on, not listening to music, just getting stuck in, get it done. Going in, go to bed. Same again, day after.
Ian, that pile behind you does not show me that you've been busy.
It's all happened in there.
Okay.
I won't touch the camera, but it's happened in there.
Okay.
And there, there's a whole 2 foot space there.
You don't have to do any...
It might be 3.
Okay, while you were doing that scrapping of stuff in the shed, were you not picking anything up?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And actually, all this lot, yes, it should be a difference, because I took all that lot off and we put it all back because it all fell down. There's a video about that.
So the green screen fell down. Is that what you're saying?
The green screen fell down, and fortunately, it didn't land on me. And there was a bigger bollocks on the video when I turned around and went.
Well, tell me this, Ian. I've seen there about Shark putting in about board sorting, and the guys talking about board sorting boards. Have you found a buyer for your board yet? Do you have to get rid of? Has your secret location been removed from you yet, or you still have access to your secret location?
No, I was round there tonight and just deciding whether I should start me 1, 2, 3, 4th bag. And I actually said to the lady, I tell you what, I said, this bag now will reach the ceiling. So once that's full, I do have to make a decision. So there was a place called Recycle Live in Preston, which is about 13 miles away from me, so quite doable.
Right on your doorstep.
But when I looked on the website, I kind of like the vibes I was getting. I think it's more like, you can give us your stuff for free and we will recycle it.
Oh, and Ian, free is not in your vocabulary.
I'm not saying I've not saved it for 17 years just to give it away for note.
Yes.
Oh, it's a nice cup. No, it's a nice cup. This. I don't know how many there are in existence, you know, but have you got one, Scrapping Irish? Sure. Do you have one by any chance?
Mike, do you actually have one of them cups?
What cup? No, that's nice. Where'd you get that? No, I don't have one of those.
Oh my God!
Ian is the only one in the world that has that cup.
Oh wow! Scrap and salvage. No, I don't pay rent, but I have to do the garden.
Oh, I'd rather pay rent.
All the garden here and there.
Yeah, but Mike, he doesn't have a lot of grass that he has to cut in that garden, so you know.
Yeah. In the UK or in Ireland, when we say we're doing gardens, like it's not massive. When you say you're doing a garden, like you go out and you go, right, you have to go all the way down there for 3 miles, you have to go over there for 2 miles. That's your gardens. Over here, it's like, oh yeah, just
postage stamp size.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we refer to the back 40, we mean the back 40 acres, not the back 40 feet.
Well, it wouldn't even be 40 feet, 40 inches here.
As Scrapping Irish will know, because he has been there, haven't you?
Yes. Well, I didn't know it was like, I was taken in the car, blindfolded. We drove around for about an hour, and then we finally arrived at the secret location. Very, very thing. But unusual thing about it was when I got out, everything seemed very familiar to me around the place. So Ian, how did you find not doing videos for YouTube for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Very relaxing. On the downside, and you might disagree with me, you people. See, you've seen me about. I'm commenting, so people know I'm still alive, and not ill. But people who don't know I'm here are inundating me with emails and comments, you know, which is not. And I'm thinking, I probably do owe a moral responsibility to my subscribers to keep them informed. I shouldn't have just disappeared. It wasn't intentional. It's just that every night I've been going in and thinking, oh, I'm going to bed, you know, and I still haven't filmed my intro to my masterpiece. This masterpiece, like War and Peace, it is.
Yeah, but Ian, you did tell folks on this live stream, I don't know if you mentioned it anywhere else, but you gave everybody at least, I think maybe 2 weeks warning, at least a week's warning that you were doing this. So, you know, I mean, if they're not watching Scrapping Irish to keep up with what you're doing,
Tough luck. They don't deserve to know.
I've had the rest of that old guy's shed, the old guy engineering shed being cleared. I've had the rest of that delivered to me. So
yeah, he's probably turning in his grave, thinking that you have that just stuffed into drawers everywhere with 10 of the same item.
It's not gone into drawers yet. Oh no. That was one of the things I've done. I've taken all my scrap out that side of the workshop. Only put tools in there that need to go through. So the scrap's basically in front of me here. I've been to the old anvil yard 3 times. So I've got rid of quite a bit. Prices have dropped though, haven't they?
Yeah, we're wrong about that.
Now, wait a minute, Ian. So I thought the whole idea behind you not scrapping was so that you didn't get injured. But you're doing all the things that could potentially get you injured. So what am I missing here?
No, I'm not scrapping. I've been sorting out.
Yeah, he's not taking things apart. Things that are already taken apart that he should have taken away from his shed years ago, he's actually getting rid of now. Is that right?
No,
Ian?
I've been going through boxes of tools and putting screwdrivers with screwdrivers, spanners with spanners.
Oh, you're put a Phillips screwdriver with the other 100 Phillips screwdrivers you already have? The same
Yes.
size? Same, okay, just making sure.
Been sorting it all out, wiping stuff
Yes,
down,
maybe.
hoovering, cleaning. Yeah. Getting organised.
Scrapping on the fly has to go, by the way, so take it easy, scrapping on the fly. Have a good evening.
Later, scrapping on the fly. See you later. All right, but hey, Everyday Sellers, how you doing?
Oh,
Hey,
everyday
Solus.
welcome in. Good to see you.
See, the only problem is though, when the green screen falls, that's a potential for getting hurt. So
I'm keeping tight-lipped on that.
Any injuries
I mean-
sustained?
No,
Ian,
that's healing quite nicely. So
Ian, I seem to recall that you cut yourself on a slice of bread or something like that at one point. I mean, how can don't you and scrap metal just lead to blood?
yeah, it was a pillowcase. I got
It
myself.
was a pillow he cut himself.
Pillowcase. Oh, okay. All right.
People in chat, I guess you know it is actually on video.
Yeah. The only man I've ever seen cut himself with a pillowcase. Ever. Hey, what's in that glass you're drinking?
Nothing.
Well, what was in that glass before you drank it?
nothing. It's in that fancy cup.
Oh, okay. So the not drinking before the wedding has gone west as well.
Well, I gave up for 2.5 weeks. I can't just go straight into the wedding next week. Having not drunk for 2 weeks, I'll be like one drink tipsy, and I've got a speech. That speech is good. Oh, I really have to be careful with this speech. I'm the first one up, and I've got to stand up. I've read it. My wife's totally used the wrong words. It starts off. Starts off. My name's Ian. You know what's going to happen, don't you? After a few drinks.
Yeah.
My name's Ian. Welcome to my shed.
Folks from YouTube.
Welcome, you folks, off your wedding.
That's exactly what
The
happened.
wedding.
So it is.
So I'm supposed to say, my name's Ian. I'm the groom's father. I'll end up saying, my name's Ian. Welcome to my channel. You know what's going to happen. You know it.
Everyday Solder says, we've had the Dreaded Cove over the last 10 days, but he managed to stay out of hospital with it. Big scan tomorrow to see if the treatment has been set. Oh well, we're all keeping everything crossed for that, Solders. Hopefully everything goes well on that.
Yeah.
We do.
You can't catch a break.
Yeah, got to catch a break at some stage, haven't you?
Anyway, what about my local town? Won at Wembley yesterday.
What were they playing?
Rugby. Proper man's game.
But that's Rugby League, is it?
Rugby Union, I think. Rugby League.
Yeah, Rugby Union's the proper one. Rugby League is that girly one.
Yeah. Union's the one where you touch the ball and you all stop and have a scrum.
No. Rugby Union is where they clatter into each other and think Rugby League is the one. Rugby Union is the one where they clatter into each other and like really hard hits.
Yeah, that's what we play.
No, you play the one where you touch him and he rolls around the ground 4 or 5 times and he starts screaming for his family to come in and look after him.
No, they don't play that up north. Oh, the guy broke his arm and he was arguing with ref. I'm not going off. I'm carrying on playing. I broke now.
So big celebrations in the town. So
I didn't watch it. I was scrapping.
well, hold on now a second. Who won? Who won it again? By the way, who won this? What was the name of the team?
Lee, Leiga.
Okay, I must look it up because I was going to say I was going to say for a minute it wasn't Wigan, was it that won it?
No, well, Wigan lost in the semi-final. Otherwise, it would have been Lee versus Wigan. Yeah, that would have been a grudge match.
Oh, that would have been
For everyone out there, there's a tribal war against Wigan. Big Wigan, the municipality, took over Lee. They got rid of our baths, churches, town halls, taxes to the hilt. There's no love lost for Wigan.
So Ian, you said you were in the scrapyard scrapping or cashing stuff in, and prices were down. How much are they down? Are they down like 10% down, 20% down? What are they like over there at the moment?
Well, I've got a piece of paper here somewhere.
American's favourite hoarder said there was too much starch on the pillowcase when he cut himself.
I had a piece of paper. Brass, where I like to enjoy £3.90, £4 at its best. Brass is down to £3.60. So
that's a 10% drop.
So quite low.
Drop.
Copper was down to 6,250. So £6.25 a kilogram. Where it has been up £6.50, even £7. And it just goes down, from number 2 copper singles and Burr Bright, which I've been sitting on. To be honest, I'm just getting rid of the big stuff.
Doesn't it hurt your butt?
The way I look at it is, if I'm taking in 20 kilograms and it drops 10 pence, I'm only losing £2. Innit?
And hey, again, this comes back to what we always say: if you get it for free, aren't you making money no matter what price you sell it for? Like in all fairness, if it didn't cost you anything, then it doesn't matter what you sell it for. It's different for if you're doing it as a business and you're buying it in and you're trying to make money on it. Like some people will buy, they'll see a deal on maybe a marketplace where someone is selling copper wire and they'll say,
or even
RAM off eBay. Well, no, they're no longer called RAM. Sorry, Ian. It's no longer called RAM.
Oh.
It's called Irish sucker sticks now, from now on.
So these are what they call Irish sucker sticks.
They're Irish sucker sticks now.
What's that one? It's got a bit.
And look at Mike has a rake of them there as well. Irish sucker sticks. Anyone who has that much e-waste deserves to be subscribed. True. True enough.
Those copper aluminum heat sinks, I get out of the computers.
Yeah.
They were 99 cents a pound 2 weeks ago. They're down to 53 cents a pound. That's how bad they dropped.
That's a 50% drop.
Yep. So guess what I'm doing with all that?
Hey, thank you, Anthony.
Dang, Mike, that's a lot. That's a serious drop.
So I'm actually thinking about when I slow down here next week.
Wow, 300 kilograms of bright.
I'm probably just going to
This
sit up.
was £6. Wow, that's 1,800 quid.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you're dealing in big stuff, then a drop is a big issue. But me or you, as you said, in 20 kgs or 40 kgs, isn't going to make a big difference. But if someone is bringing in 500 pounds or 300 kgs, then a 10% drop is a lot, or more. So it's us saying, oh, that's not much of it. But again, if you get it for free, then whatever you get is better than that.
It's there. We just like getting that little bit extra, don't we?
Yeah. It's like anything. You look back at what prices were, and you look at what prices could be, and you look at what prices are now, and you'll always compare it to the best price you've ever got. That's the one you always want to try and beat. So
Solars, I can't, I got this camera as a gift. It's kind of like sentimental.
a gift.
I know it's a bit crap, but it's just a gift and it's sentimental. You just got to put up with the glitches.
A gift.
Yeah. So this here would actually be if I sold it like this, it would be breakage. That's how they take it now as breakage. So this would be 13 cents a pound.
I'm not touching it, Solars. I'm leaving it alone. I've took it out, put it in a different hole, and it's behaving.
So then if I take this fan off like that, now it goes up to 53 cents a pound. So now I have to decide whether I want to sit on all this crap and just pull the damn copper off and throw that in the cast aluminum, or just pile it up until the price goes back up. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these ready to go.
Winter's coming.
And it don't matter. And it don't matter if it's this style, if it's this style. Which these have a lot of copper. So these I'll probably take the copper off of, or whether it's like this. It's all the same crap. So, yeah.
Thank you. Recommend.
I know where you're coming from. I had loads of these, and there's a transformer inside. You just cut where that line is there. It's a capacitor on top. Underneath there's a transformer. Accessible. A bit of hammering and bangering. But I got to the point because I had 50, 100 of these. I had loads of motors, small transformers, the fans out of the motors out of repeater fans. I decided to just take the lot, and I took this bag in, and I said, "What will you take them in?" He said, "I'll take them as small motors." So they went in, gone. So I've been pretty ruthless, as in you can't break everything down to its smallest component. Well,
I can't believe Ian Matthews said that. I can't believe you said that, Ian Matthews. Of all the people, I've watched you knock little round finials the size of the top of a pin.
Look at that.
I hope nobody in the chat is prone to seizures.
He's gone. Oh my God. Well, I watched him saying about breaking stuff down to the smallest. I've watched him with a little punch knocking little brass finials out of stuff. So of all the people,
you know
that.
You know what this is?
Scrap.
This is a very sad motherboard.
Why is it not?
It's frowning. See it frowning?
Frowning.
It's got a frown.
Well, I reached down there a minute ago to try and find the Rolex watch that was given to me by a certain person, and instead of finding the Rolex watch, I found a ceramic CPU. So win-win.
There you go.
There you go. So the Rolex watch has turned into a CPU. I'm trying to find that Rolex watch that was given to me by a certain person, but I can't find it at the moment, so I don't know where it is.
Did you trade it for a camera?
Oh, I see it.
So I've shipped a couple of old PCs today. That's that one.
Oh yeah, that's the same as what I have here, Nelly.
That's a AMD.
Well, it's an Intel. It's an Intel. So you have an
AMD Huron, and that's and that one's an Intel.
Shred.
Intel Pentium 4.
Shred.
I was very upset during the week. I picked up them PCs, or I was on about picking up last week. So I picked up, I was 15 of them in total, and they all had i7s, i5s processors in them. And when I looked for the fun of it, I said, I'll check out and see what board sort is paying on them. And if I was able to sell them, I would have got, was it nearly 200 quid or something like that, compared to just scrap value here. You are so lucky over there, because all these things were less than, these PCs were what, maybe 2 years old, so they were all fairly good processors.
He was supposed to drop the prices on Friday on iSeries, and I see he didn't.
Yeah.
I hope you trim around your your fan, you snap your fan blades off, Solars. Oh no, that one of them. You're desperate for the weight, so you throw the fan blades with the blades on.
I will never change, she said, Charity. But no, the guys in America are lucky with board sorts, and maybe other companies do the same thing. I don't know. Is it just board sorts that buys the I series stuff, or is there other companies doing it? But the prices you get on them is far better than scrap value if they're working. So
I don't know of anybody else that does it. I mean, I'm sure there is, but when you
There is a guy in
Chris, you might stay there.
guy in the UK, and he started doing YouTube as well. SJA Metals. Now he's up towards Hull. It's a good way from me, but he does go down as far as Birmingham. He does runs, and if you message him, he'll incorporate you in a run. So he started doing little videos saying like, "This is how you what's the word I'm looking for? Sort motherboards and peripheral and boards." So
and will he not buy your e-waste off you?
Yeah, of course
he not? So
my scrapyard will buy me e-waste off me.
yeah,
They'll
but will
just
he not give you a better price than your scrapyard? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So he-
£150 a ton, we'll buy it all. But I don't want that. I've been saving it for so long that I need that mental. I've won the battle by spending all that time and effort stripping them. That I've got to have some return than just having an Iron Alley price.
So have you a price in your head, and if someone comes with that price to you, it's all gone. That's what it is. So,
It would tend to the point that when I get to the ceiling, it's going whatever price I get. Do you know what I was doing today? And it's your fault, you lot,
oh,
you three.
Here we go. Blame. He gets a mug sent to him, and what does he do? Turn on you, Mike. Turns on you.
Ribbon cables, computer ribbon cables, the flat, breaking the ends off, pulling that black thing off, and then a pair of pliers, pulling them little pins out the back just to see if they're gold tinted at the end.
I don't do that, Ian. Ian, I cut them off and I sell them the board sort. Only the big ones. I don't do all the little ones.
Shark is blaming me. Mike is blaming me. So I'm to blame.
Right. So don't say you three, the idiot above you. That's the only person doing that.
And I pull them out and go, they're not gold on the end, and throw them in my brass.
Yeah.
There you go. In with your brass.
So
you're winning. Why are you complaining? You're winning.
the time involved.
Hi, Ian. I used to be a pin puller, but I'm not anymore.
I have a problem. I pull pins. I was looking today at I have about, I'd say, maybe 600 boards that I need to depopulate soon, and I'm here like, what will I do? Will I use the heat gun? Will I use the chisel? What am I going to do here? So I have a decision to make on them soon.
And what do you do with the board after it's been depopulated?
Then you can just bring that as shred.
What waiting us at the yard?
Yeah.
All right.
You'll just get a shred price, but they'll probably get a better price when they sell it on to someone else, because whoever they've sell it on, they'll probably get the copper out of it, you know, or whatever else is left on the board, aluminium, copper, whatever.
Anthony says my scrapyard buys it but gives you nothing for it. I think that's a bit of a oxymoron.
Yeah, if they're buying it, they have given you something.
Yeah, so my scrapyard takes it but don't give you anything for it. Free tip.
Yeah.
It's like board storage. I got all those laptop batteries. Chris says, "Oh, we'll tape the ends and bring them down, and I'll get rid of them for you." Why am I going to bring 400 or 500 pounds of laptop batteries, which will cost me more money to bring down there, to give to you so you can sell them, bastard? It says Anthony said he was drooling when he saw those chips. Here
you go.
we have all kinds here. We have bags full of them, buddy. We even got little vitamin bottles full. But I got to pull pins right now. So, there he goes.
Oh God, here we go. Ian's going to go find something to.
I always keep some. I always keep some sucker sticks nearby as well in case I ever feel bad. I just don't count my sucker sticks.
And I was a little upset because I had to pull all these off of my finger cards.
Listen. I saw this jar in the shop.
Okay.
I had to buy it. I had to buy it just because it's got gold writing on it. Okay, and now it holds all me silver bits.
Right, hold on now. Right, Ian. Here we go. This is the question, right? I take them stuff off because I have acid to maybe do something with them at some stage. What are you going to do with them?
Probably give them you.
That was not what I expected. I was expecting you to say that at some stage you're going to have a go at doing the acid. I was going to say, for the love of God, don't go near acid. If you manage to hurt yourself with a pillow, God knows what you'll do with acid.
At least not before the wedding.
I was at my plate. I was at my metal platers the other day. I had to go and pick something up. Speaking to the owner, and I said, "Oh, by the way," I said, "sooner or later, I want some acid off you." And he's like, "No." I said, I want to melt all this stuff and I just end up with a colourful liquid, and that would be it. It's like, how am I going to get that out of the?
Ian, you use a grinder without a guard. So I could see you using acid without a mask and inhaling the fumes. And going, so I only have another 10 years to live.
I've only got 10 years. I better start soon then, haven't I? Better start. Where do I start?
You're something else, you know that.
No, I'll probably just... I thought, well, I'll get it full and then stick it on eBay for £1. See what happens. There'll be somebody in Ireland will buy it.
I was going to say, stick it on with some Irish sucker sticks, and you could do a deal together, like on them. Sucker sticks and pins. That's a one price. Third degree burns. Yeah, George, definitely third degree burns.
Oh, Scrappy, Scotland, telling me off about trimming your...
Hold on now. Question for Irish. If you're going to refine as a hobby, have you not got bored with it yet? There's only so many ways to do it. No, because as a hobby, you keep refining, because every time you get gold, it's more gold added to your collection. So you can never get bored of getting gold. You get that. What I'm saying is, as a hobby, you're refining. It's like, do you get bored playing golf? It's always so many times you can hit the ball into the same hole, around the same course. Every golf course is the same. People still do it every week. So, no, never get bored of it.
I don't know. I think we like the challenge as well of getting something new, taking something apart you've never seen before, how to take it apart, rather than just smack it to bits with an hammer. But, there is how's that shaft come out of the... It's held in with something, and you look at it and think, well, it must have been pressed in from this end, because at that end it's smaller than this end, and then you find out there's a circlet behind it, and you don't have a circlet tool. So it's brute force and ignorance. Big Homer, on of ice, bush.
Yeah, it's like that e-waste pickup I done during the week off this guy. There's a few things there I've never picked up before, and it's going to be fun taking them apart and seeing what's in there, because I've never had them before, these items. So, it's always something new you'll find. And again, there's the more people you watch on YouTube and stuff that I didn't think there was any precious metals in, all of a sudden you find out, them items, they actually have something in there. Like Electronic Scrapper at that time with the blue M&Ms. He said he'd done a test and there was silver in them, in certain ones of them. So again, that's something I would never have usually picked off the boards, but now I pick them off the boards and eventually
I save all the M&Ms. But then again, that's because of you three. I'm just easily led. I just do whatever you lot do.
Well, no, hold on now. Okay, you can't blame Shark. He doesn't pick M&Ms off. Come on, in all fairness, Shark sells the boards as they are. So
when he was a hobbyist scrapper.
When he was a hobbyist, yes, he used to pick stuff off boards like the rest of us. And same with Mike. When Mike started off first, he had little jars of acid going with pins in them and SIM cards in them and stuff like that, and then he copped on.
Oh,
In fact, the only thing that I do with M&Ms now is spend way too much money shipping them to Ireland.
For a person that has that problem with M&Ms, yeah, he has to get his fix of M&Ms.
I'll tell you what I did last week. First time for 40 years. I took all the fins off an aluminium radiator.
Oh, Ian, look at this board. Come on, no, never mind your fins. Look at that.
Wow.
What's that come out of, electronic scrapper?
Hang on a second. This is some of my father's old equipment.
Oh, that's where some of the stuff you found.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
There's another one.
Do I see gold on that?
Those chips. So 1, 2, 3 chips. Is that a server board? Then no.
Yeah, they are. And then some of the really old hard drives. He was a bit of a hoarder with electronic stuff.
Yeah, I have one of them boards. I found one of them a while back as well. There's some nice big chunky chips on them.
That's like the one in my computer.
Chunky chips.
And I found about 50 of these. I don't know what they came out of, but they're small boards and they're loaded. And then you turn it around.
That's more loaded.
Yeah, that'd be a high peripheral, I'd say, or something like that. Would it, Shark? Would that go down as high peripheral?
That's low. That's
Hi, Telcom.
High telecom, okay.
low grade.
No,
We got a board sort of.
yeah.
I'm surprised Mike didn't call it shred.
Shred's higher up than low grade.
Watch Scotland, Scrapping Scotland said, "Does everyone not use a grinder without a guard?"
Yes.
Yes.
No. No.
As a matter of interest, in the chat, put yes if you use it without a guard, or no if you use a guard, and we'll see how many people use guards. So
Even my brand new one don't have a guard. It didn't even come with a guard.
You gotta be honest. Anybody could put no, and they do.
That's my
no, be honest. Like, I'm not gonna. It's at the end of the day, it's not me that's going to be embedded with shrapnel when it shatters the disc, is it? So it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but once it's in your skin, eventually it'll come out. It'll rise up and come out.
So it's kind of 50-50 there. Let me see. I use a guard.
I'm teaching man to know.
You don't use a guard, Matthews. Shut up, lion. Safety first. Scrap it all doesn't use a guard.
Of course, in Ian's case, what we ought to be asking is, do you have a guard on your pillow?
I do use a guard on my grinders all the time, apart from when I'm doing my wood burners and I have to cut that tight circle. And that's when I take the guard off. But then again, I only use a small blade, so I can go around in a tight circle. I know it could still.
You use a small blade for doing tight circles, or just you're so cheap that you get the last bit out of the blade? Which is it, Ian?
Well, I don't buy them in the first place, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, welcome in.
I actually threw some away yesterday. It's 9-inch grinders, which I've worn down to about 5-inch. And I thought, well, I can use them on my 5-inch grinder. I was weighing it up yesterday and I thought, they're not designed to go on a 5-inch grinder runs at 12,000 revs.
I was going to say the RPM to be a lot different.
6,500. And I'm like, I'll be spinning it at twice the speed it's supposed to do. So they went in the bin. Yeah, that's it. They went in the bin.
I have a question for Electronic Scrapper. How are you getting on with your reverse electrolysis?
I've had a lot of family stuff going on out of state, so I really haven't even messed with it.
Okay, that's all right. I just wondered how is it going and stuff like that. I have to give it a go. I'm going to buy one of them little voltmeter things you had, or transformers. I must buy one of them off eBay or Amazon.
Yeah, well, they're not expensive, and the DC power supplies, they're like I said, they're not expensive, and they do work.
Yeah, because no, that video you done seemed to work really good. And how's the views on it now? Because you got a lot of views to start off with on it.
The first one is at 35,000, and the second one is somewhere over 1,000.
Okay, so the first one got 35,000. That's good views. So something there I was going to pick up on. Where is it? Did I see it? Oh yeah, that was it. That not that one. This one. That's definitely Ian Matthews as well. Look at that. No guard here. You get more discs that way. Definitely. That's definitely an Ian Matthews one.
So Ian, I was grinding away on something, and I'm looking at the disc, and I'm going, oh man, if Ian sees me throw this away, I'm going to be in trouble. So I better not put this on the video.
That right, recycling. Take it easy. Thanks for being in. Appreciate you dropping in. Good to see you, sir.
It's like anything else, you know. Every tool can be dangerous. So
yeah.
The thing about grinding discs, you just don't know if they're going to shatter or not.
But how many times have you been, not you personally, I'm just saying us as scrappers, being with a screwdriver, and you'd be doing something, and it just slips, and next thing it sticks in your hand, the screwdriver. Like, that's, and the amount of times I've done that, I just go, oh, you know what, I just pry that off. And I might have gloves on, and next thing, slip straight into your hand with the screwdriver, you know? And again, as Shark said there a couple weeks ago, it's where we're just doing that one little job. You go, oh, do you know what? I'll just do that quickly, and you forget to put the gloves on, and you forget. That's the one time it's going to slip. That's the one time the chisel is going to slip. That's the one time it's going to happen. You know, and we've all done it. We've all gone and said, do you know what? I'll just grab this quickly. I don't need to go in and grab the goggles. I don't need to go in and grab. I'll just give this one cut, and that's the one time it'll shatter and stick in your eyeball.
And I've had people call me out on my videos because I'll be trying to get into something. I'll grab the hammer, Omer, and I'll give it a whack, and they'll give me a hard time about, why did you put your eye protection on?
Yeah, because again, you just forget. You're in the middle of something, you grab it, and you just start breaking something down, and it's only after you see a few bits flying past your head, you go, oh, I better put on some eye protection here.
I do tend to, I pretty much use a face mask every time I pick a grinder up.
Yeah.
I've been in hospital twice with specs in my eyes, and
I've been there, done that, Ian.
and the last one was a full fortnight of grief and pain, and it was like, I'm not doing that again, just for the sake of going like that. You know,
I specifically keep my grinder and my Sawzall on a different workbench that I have to walk, leave the computer bench, walk around to that other bench. And I have my face shield and other eye protection there, so that it's that mental disconnect of what I'm doing now to, okay, I'm picking up a grinder, I got to put my face shield on. I do that on purpose.
I've got them, they're always about safety specs.
That's a good idea. Like, put some of your dangerous things away somewhere where you have to go away from what you're doing to pick it up, and then you have to consciously think, oh, while I'm picking this up, I have to put my gear on, put on the face shield or whatever. It's a way of doing it. Where if you have a grinder left beside you and you're doing something else, and then all of a sudden you come across something, you go, oh, do you know what? I'll get the grinder and just grind that out. Then that's when you forget to put on this stuff.
Yeah, I do I mean, I wear glasses. These are very old glasses. They are carbonate. So I've always got some kind of protection on. But being frustrated at work, the amount of guys that come to me wearing these, where it's gone underneath and hit them in the eye, it happens.
They were wearing the wrong style of eye protection for the job they were doing. That's the other piece of the challenge.
Just saying hi to HH Recycling, who's just popped in. We'll try to listen in. He's on the roads at the moment, so that thanks for dropping in. That's why our shops and sheds are away from our yeah, true. True.
So I don't know if you all remember this. This was what happened when I was punching holes in the paint can.
Yeah, aluminium paint that time. Yeah, imagine if you had no eye protection on. What would have happened to you?
I think I'd probably be blind. I could very easily see where that would have blinded me.
Yeah. Well, I always say about it, there's a guy who's only 30 minutes away from me, and he was melting aluminium, and whatever went wrong when he was pouring the aluminium or something fell into the liquid aluminium. I never got the full story. What happened was but hot aluminium went up onto his face, and now he's blind. Because again,
can you just imagine how much that hurt?
Yeah, because I don't know whether he was pouring it into something and there was a liquid in there, and when it hit that, it bubbled up into his face, or did something fall? Did someone say something fell from a shelf down on top of it and splashed it up into his face, and he had no eye gear on, and he lost his eyesight because of it. It can be dangerous.
It's like the fire extinguishers. I was reading about one guy who got killed with one, and I'm thinking, it was an old one. The boss told him to get rid of it. He decided to let it off. He let it off, but he was over the top of it. The bottom blew out and smacked him in the head and killed him.
Oh my gosh!
But if you read the instructions, it always says let it off at arm's length.
Yeah.
And the amount of fire extinguishers I've let off, where I have, very close to me, and thinking, you never know. Just take that one freak one, and you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, as I say, we pick stuff up from people, and we don't know how long it's been in a certain place. We don't know what damage has been done to the item already, and even like as we've talked about earlier about batteries, you don't know. We pick up devices, and we don't know the state of the battery inside some of these devices. And you could be doing anything, and they could go on fire while you're working on them, even. So we do take risks as scrappers in general and stuff like that. Same as jumping into skips. You jump into a skip to get something, and I've seen bucks they're cutting their feet or cutting their legs where they've jumped into a skip and there's been broken glass in there and stuff like that. So, and they haven't got the right footwear on before they jumped into the skip. So again, it can easily happen, because I've seen. Like Ian, you'd be looking into a skip. You might be going somewhere. You look into a skip. You reach in with your hand. You mightn't have gloves on you because you were just passing by, and you see something in the skip, and you reach in to get it, and next thing you cut your hand on whatever's in there. So there's always chances of injuring yourself when you're a scrapper. You just hope that it's not going to be a life-changing injury you do yourself.
I have to be very careful every night when I, get into the bed, and I don't cut myself on the bed sheets. I'll have to dig that video out where I cut myself on that pillowcase.
Yeah, Ian, you have to find that video.
Back when I was young and single, I always wore protection. Oh, wait a minute. That's different. Never mind.
Scrappers and fastest fly. First off magnet. When hammer hits it, and it shatters everywhere. Yeah.
And cast iron.
Yeah.
And
you know what else, Dean? Them little the platters from the ones that are made of glass. The platters out of the hard drives that are made of glass, and they break and they go everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are sharp. I tell you what, if you make the mistake of picking up thinking you have the aluminium ones that bend or don't shatter, and then you grab the one that does shatter and it flies everywhere. They are
And boy, howdy, if you're not ready for that, it can be a mess.
Hey, Parknest. Yeah, oh no, and they're sharp, really sharp.
Does it always take you so long to strip a computer? I'm just asking for a friend.
You got off easy on that one, Ian.
Hey, CC, welcome in. Good to see you. It always take you that long just to PC. Yeah, I was expecting them to.
Everyday solace, exploding those bloody screen tubes. Screen tubes. Do you mean CRT tubes? They don't explode, they implode.
Well, you know when you're pulling off the copper yoke on them and they break sometimes, and they make that boom sound, and it's, geez, the first time I done one of them, I nearly shit myself.
Yeah, but they implode because they're in a vacuum.
Yeah, they create a vacuum.
They're vacuum.
Yeah, but you hear the sound, and you think it's something coming out, but it's actually just because of the vacuum. You think, oh my God, what's coming out here on top of me?
Oh no, she's on about fluorescent tubes.
Oh yeah. Hey, Street Copper.
Oh yeah, those can get really messy too.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who takes the aluminium ends off of the two little brass things off the end of them. But did you know?
A minute ago, he said about breaking stuff down to the, I wouldn't break stuff down. And then he takes the little aluminium and brass bits off fluorescent lights.
Yeah, but you know those brass bits, they have a little bit of iron inside of them. So you know. I throw them in with my brass.
Ian would be the guy that would cut the brass ends off a garden hose.
Listen, Ian's the type of guy who saves the ends off fuses.
Oh, you need some fuses? Oh, we can help you with that.
Do not send me any fuses.
What's this about the CC is saying? I don't know what this search is. Anyone have an R2 or E-Steward certification? I've got 14,300 pounds of wire to buy for 3K, but need a certification.
Oh yeah.
What's that about?
So here in the United States, there are two certifications. I think they're international, but they're really big here in the US. R2 and then E-Steward. Basically there you go. They're confuses for you, Ian. It's a certification that a third party comes in and says that you are recycling your e-waste responsibly within the proper confines of environmental sensitivity, that you're not shipping them off to third world countries where they're going to get burned, that kind of stuff. And so for some people that are getting rid of their waste, like big computer companies and such, they require that the recycler has an R2 certification so that if they get sued, they can come sue you and say, well, you said you were R2 certified, so how did this e-waste end up in Vietnam being burned by people?
Shark, do you have that R2 certification?
I do not yet. I'm looking into getting either R2 or E-Steward. The pricing strategies are a little different. So, I mean, you have to pay to get certified. And, basically the way it works is you pay to get the standard, then you pay a third-party independent assessor to come in and go through your books and look at how you're doing stuff and all of your procedures. Then you have to pay them to come back and fix all the stuff you're doing wrong, because that's how they make their money. You're never going to do it right the first time. Then you have to pay them to come back again to say, yes, you listened to us, you did what we told you to do, you're no longer doing stuff wrong, here's your certificate. And then you pay them every year to come in and recertify that you're still doing what you said you were going to do. So it can get expensive. We're talking $5,000 and up to get certified.
Sounds so much like ISO 9000 certification.
It's exactly like the ISO standards for things like manufacturing and stuff like that. Yes.
Okay.
And the frustrating thing is, for a lot of small businesses, it's very expensive. You can be doing all the right thing anyway, but it's very expensive to get certified, so you don't get certified. So that means that only the big companies that can afford to get certified are the ones that get certified, which means they're the only ones that then would get a lot of scrap from people that have a lot of computers and such. I have some clients here that they won't, it's not that they can't, but they won't do business with me because I'm not R2 or E2 or eSteward certified.
Yeah, so really, it will open doors up if you're looking to make your business bigger by having this certs, because it allows you then to approach companies you weren't able to approach before that.
Yes.
You know, I know there is a big expense to it, but for the likes of you who's running it as a business and looking to make your business bigger, it's probably a good investment down the road. But unless you're at that stage, it's not really going to be an investment for anyone other than.
Right. And I'm, you know, I mean, at some point I will probably have to do this, but it's, you know, I don't know. I'm still going back and forth. And in some states here in the United States, it's required. So in Pennsylvania, if you're a recycling company and you handle e-waste, you have to be either R2 or eSteward certified. Right now, what does that mean? That means there's a lot of people that are doing e-waste, you know, kind of under the radar, hoping they don't get caught.
Yeah, well, that's the other side of it. But then you see, if a company is dealing with you, then that leaves them company liable for not doing the proper checks, that they're giving the stuff to someone who said they were certified. But and I'm sure a big company is going to check to make sure you have the proper certs before they give you the stuff.
You know, it all depends on the sophistication of the big company, right? You know, in some cases, they may have you sign a paper that, you know, that you testify that you're certified, but they don't check it themselves.
Yeah.
You know, some companies will contact the certifying agency and confirm that, yes, you are in fact certified. So yeah, it's a lot like the ISO standards, right? You know, there's a lot of companies that claim they're ISO 9001 when maybe they're not really ISO 9001. So yeah.
Is that still the same PC, Mike?
I've just done more PCs on this live stream than Shark has done in 2 months. Don't you have a fire extinguisher to cut in half or something?
Oh, he's gone, but he's not gone. He's in the basement, but his device is not connected. So I don't know what he's done to himself again.
Leave him down there.
Well, it won't let him up until he connects his device again.
That's fine.
Oh, connected again.
I didn't touch anything.
What happened there?
Oh, Mike hacked me.
Annual cost for. So $1,500 is the annual cost for an R2 cert to renew it every year, regardless of anything else. So once you get the cert, you don't get to hold it forever. It's one you have to renew annually as well. So you'll be inspected every year, is it, as well?
You have to get recertified every year. And I don't remember if it's R2 or eSteward, but one of them, the price to get recertified is based on how much money you make on e-waste. Okay. So the more money you make, the more expensive it gets to recertify.
Oh.
Ian, are you watching, Ian? Look at Kemp. Ready?
I'm trying to type at the same time.
Okay. You see?
It looks the same, but it's a different PC.
He put it back together real quick.
Who's saying, what was the announcement?
See what Anthony said there. He goes, I used to work in a scrapyard and was timed on how many computers I would break down. So there you go.
But Poos, mate, I do have an. Iris, have you heard of Evolution Tools?
Yes.
Well, they've reached out to me and they want me to review some of their tools.
Oh,
The company I work with sell Evolution tools.
So we're just seeing how that pans out at the moment.
Oh, I must ring their
Can you
sales rep.
buy those through
I must
Temu?
I must ring their sales rep and tell them, don't give them any money.
Well, I don't want any money. I just want to keep the goods.
Oh, well, then it's not about that. Optimus Prime, welcome in. Good to see you. Do you premium price for your product?
So
Yeah, so Daniel is asking there to Shark. I don't really see that question. If you're certified, does that mean you can charge for picking up e-waste off people? Do you charge then as a part of the service, or do you still do it for free if you have that cert?
no, it's not so much. It's not so much that that it gives you a blanket to charge more, because if a company wants to get rid of their e-waste, they're going to make a decision on, do I want to sell it? Do I want to just get rid of it? Do I want to pay somebody to get rid of it? For a big company that is worried about protecting the data and not getting sued, dealing with a company that's R2 or eSteward certified is their insurance should they get sued. It's a way for them to be able to point the finger at somebody else. And it says that we're doing things the right way. When it comes to the pricing for stuff, having an R2 certification, it's not like I'm going to be able to charge any more or less for what I do, because people are still going to, most people are real cheapskates and they won't pay anything more than what the going market is. So,
Well, what gets me started with a lot of these larger corporations, aka the Weather Channel, they throw it in the garbage. It goes right in the dumpster. And you're talking about thousands of pounds a month.
If they're, I don't know how they can be just, oh, all right. So wait a minute. So if it doesn't have sensitive data on it,
No,
then,
right.
Yeah, they're not going to care.
This is all IT equipment, and
unless they are legally obligated to, like some states here in the United States, you're not allowed to throw e-waste in the trash. It has to be recycled.
Right.
So there, a big company would risk getting in trouble if they were caught throwing it in the trash. If that company is a big company with that has sensitive customer data, like credit card data or HIPAA information or whatever, the R2 certification is a way that they can say, yes, we know that data is being securely destroyed, and they don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But the Weather Channel doesn't care, because they're not going to have.
They have no sensitive data. They got weather.
Yeah.
They get weather. But no, the thing I noticed here about a company, I'm not going to name the company in case I get legal action done against me, but there's a certain company here in Ireland that they look after, we'd say, picking up from shops, e-waste and stuff like that. And certain places, they'll pay the company for their e-waste, and other crowds, they'll charge them to take their stuff away. So I was talking to a guy one day, and I said, what do you do with all your e-waste? He said, oh, we pay this company to come and take it away. I said, all right, do you know that company pays your man down the road for his stuff, but they're charging you? So he went back to the rep that came in. He said, do you pay them for their waste down the road? And he goes, oh, whatever. Next thing, he found out that they were buying it for €100 a ton, and they were charging your man up the road. They were charging them to take it away €50 a ton to take it away. So now the man is getting €100 a ton for his e-waste where he wasn't getting it before. So, but that just shows that these companies will pay sometimes, but they'll try their leg first and say, "Oh, we have to charge to take that away," and then if you push them, they'll actually buy it off you. Which I thought was a real low life thing to do. And your man still went dealing with it. I thought, why are you dealing with it? They were charging you €50 to take it away for the last 5 years, and you still want to deal with them. I was thinking I'd run them.
I tell you, I've learned something today. I didn't know it was possible. We're on StreamYards, aren't we?
Yes.
I didn't know you could do fast forward on StreamYards. He must have got the hang of it now, I think.
Anyways, I was jumping from companies.
I
Yeah,
hope
so
I hope you get lead poisoning from that mug, you prick.
In case anybody's missed this mug.
Hey, Ralph.
Look
Hey,
at that, Ralph.
did you see this mug, Ralph? Did you see this?
Oh wow,
mug?
that's even bigger than mine.
Oh, look,
No
and it's
way.
got gold banding on it. It's got like filigree around it. Oh, it's truly, and it's got one on the bottom.
Well, Ian, you are the lord of the shed, so you deserve it.
Yeah, but I don't have a e-waste mic pillar to cuddle up there.
That is true.
How do you know? How do you know that there's not one on the way? The problem with the e-waste mic pillow is I don't want you to get hurt with it. I don't want you to get. I don't want.
Yes.
The wedding.
Ralph was on that video when I was live streaming and cut myself on that pillow.
Yeah. Ian is the only person who can get mortally wounded from fluffing a pillow.
So I was
By the
live
way,
streaming. weren't I?
welcome to the stream, Ralph.
Hello all. Hello Poosmate, Barknest,
What's happened?
Everyday Solars.
Has that girl, ditch you? So you're back to us.
What girl?
Well, you've been missing.
Is there a girl? I wish there was a girl.
You've been
Do
wishing.
you know something I don't?
We know you've got a woman.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm just
I
getting another
wish.
beverage.
If I had, I'd be introducing her. Like, look at all my YouTube friends here.
What, are
That's
you
like,
on
oh,
Luther?
I mean, she has to accept stuff I do, and I have to accept stuff that she does, probably.
Oh, America's favourite order. Listen, I don't know how I caught myself on a pillar, but I did. It was
I'm
sharp.
gonna have to. I know I've seen a T-shirt like this, similar to this before, but I'm gonna have to do something like I told my wife it was either YouTube or it was either scrapping or she was gone. I'm gonna miss that girl. Something like that.
Ian, with the pillowcase, was it full of scrap to hide from your missiles?
Oh no, it wasn't.
Was it at least down? So like maybe you cut yourself on the end of a feather quill or something?
I've no idea. I was live streaming with Ralph here, I remember, and I got this pillow and I was folding it up and I went, bloody caught myself.
Well, if you didn't, does that give you an idea where to put things out of the shed?
It's funny because I made the joke about Ian wounding himself when fluffing a pillow way before that happened. So a bit of a prophecy.
Yeah, I see there that what's American favorite? I fell a lot, but never going up the stairs of plane. But I seen a guy. You can't fall up the way, but I seen him falling. I seen him falling with a bottle of whiskey, and he managed to save the bottle and not let it break.
It worked to the sound of like Rocky, was it, by any chance? Did it?
Yeah, it might be the sound of Rocky. Yeah, he was running up the steps of a train station.
Eric, I'd just like to point out, no one can fall up. You can only fall
you can't
down.
fall up. You can only fall down. So he fell down going up steps. That's what technically happened.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
But the bottle went out like that.
Oh yeah, I think he done like a full body roll and wrapped the bottle up inside himself to make sure it was safe, and it was like something that you'd see a stuntman doing in a movie.
Ian, your linearity, imprisoned in the sense of gravity, confined by the physics of what you observe on a daily basis, is so limiting.
Yes.
Let yourself fall up.
Well, I always wonder, even in Australia, do you fall up?
Yes.
See, ask Ralph.
And
I mean,
if
it
don't
certainly seems to me that if you can believe in a flat earth, you can believe in falling up.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if anyone hasn't seen the video of Ian we're on about, it was where he came to meet me in a bar when I was over in Liverpool in England. He came to meet me in a bar. So have a look at Ian's video later. The one where we go. Well, I think it's titled "Meeting Scrapping Irish" or something. I forget what it's titled now.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't that where Ian gave you the golden watch, the golden Rolex?
The golden Rolex. Where is that golden Rolex we're on about again? I just left it down and it's disappeared again. This
Your pillow's on your way, buddy.
That was quick.
You've not wound it up.
Well, Ian, how do I put this in a kind way to you? I think the winder's broken on the Rolex.
Is it actually a winder, or does it have one of those cheapy batteries in it?
It has one of them cheapy batteries in it. I didn't know Rolex worked on them cheap batteries, but obviously Rolex has gone downhill in the last couple of years. So they have, when they have decided to use cheap Chinese batteries in their watches nowadays.
They fell down, not up.
But the thought was what mattered, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the vast amount of money I give that guy off the docks.
I'm trying to see if I can find this video of you falling, and I can share it on here maybe. Scrappy.
Don't do that.
Meets Ian Matthews. Let me see if I can get that video. It'd be interesting. Oh, I found that video. Ian goes to meet Scrapping Irish. Oh, let me see. Can I jump to the scene? And we'll share the video for everyone to see.
Must be towards the end.
Yeah.
That's a classic. It's a classic. I mean, there will come a day when that video will be shown on Turner Classic Movies.
Where did it put it?
There you go, Ian. Coming your way, buddy.
What a fluffy pillar.
5 to 12 business days.
Wow.
You owe me $75.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen. So I don't want us to get a echo off YouTube, so hopefully it won't. But we'll see what happens. Let me go here. Present.
Hi, Philip.
Don't go yet. Philip is back. I was going to say, I thought you were saying bye, Philip. He's back.
Oh,
He's gone.
Hello.
Your screen. Let me find it. Ian, that one there. And then share. And let me take it off mute and play.
Oh, there we go. Liverpool Lime Street Station.
What a run. This next train.
Oh, here we come. Da da
Like
da.
Rocky. Da da da. Da da da.
Well, hold on now. I'm going to jump forward to the best part.
Oh, yes. Cheers. Very, very well indeed. Apart from trying to do me Rocky impersonation up the steps.
Yes. So that was Ian when he came to meet me.
Oh, my.
That was great. I remember that.
So check out the full video. It's very funny. He done a very funny video. Enjoy that night. You will see the proper way to drink whiskey in that video as well. Not this way.
Yeah,
that
not this
whiskeys.
tasting whiskey.
Yeah, none of that carry on.
Where did
Well, like here's a double. It's a nice whiskey. It's a single malt from Wales. Yeah, nice that.
Yeah, that was a good night now. It took you about an hour and a half to find the pub in the first place. You were going around Liverpool in circles.
Damn near walked around the whole island of Ireland.
No, he was in England. He was in Liverpool.
Yeah, I said he walked around the damn thing trying to find it.
Yeah, the problem is he was in a Weatherspoons pub, and apparently all Weatherspoons pubs are called Weatherspoons. So when you go to someone, you say, "I'm looking for a Weatherspoons pub." That way.
And in the scene that he had money, and of course this guy goes to him, "Oh, do you want to buy a Rolex?" And of course he went and bought the Rolex off him. Don't get me started on whiskey.
Well,
Hey, take care. Scrap and Savage has to go. Take it easy. Good to see you, and thanks for being in, and have a good day at work.
Yeah, we'll see you.
yeah, bye. Scrap in Scotland.
I
Well,
do have a question. I came across a very, very rare hard drive.
Oh,
a
This
big
is how thick the magnet is.
oh wow.
This is a normal one.
It's nothing compared to what Scrapping Irish has. The platters are that big.
Ian, did you know that they can't see you until I put you back on screen?
No,
I snapped this on the side of my toolbox, and it almost took my finger off.
Shirk's got one that big.
Shark has the big platters. Tell me this.
Those are big platters that came out of that traffic control system.
Yeah.
Those are freaking huge things.
But I thought they were electromagnets, weren't they?
The magnets in them?
Yeah.
Yeah. The driver was electromagnetically driven. Yes.
If you have any more of those platters, let me know.
I got all kinds of them.
All right.
You want more?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Here's a question for Rav. He might be able
Yes.
to help Shark. Shark was live again, and the sound was going, but it was only going when he was presenting something on his second screen. You wouldn't know what would be causing that, would you?
Hey, Johnny Five is alive.
Well, this is what happened last time, right?
Yeah,
when you had like an Excel file open or something.
Yeah, but it was only when he's presenting on the second screen. It wasn't really because he was thing. We've narrowed it down that when he's on one screen, it's working grand, but when he opens up something on the second screen, that's when the sound goes.
Well, your PC is a very recent and pretty good, so I won't be able to say, oh, you have a crappy PC. So that's not going to be it. That's usually my remark.
Let me have a
Oh
look.
yeah, MS-DOS 5.0. It's almost as conservative as Ian himself.
I'll have a look at my boot.
No, I actually have no idea what this can be.
Hey Patrick, welcome
Could
in.
be some sound driver issues, maybe.
I was thinking it must be a driver that needs updating on the sound card, maybe.
As soon as you have something else activated, like another screen or another window, and the device that is used for your sound may switch to that thing, that new window that is open. But it has to stay on the background, basically. It's probably some type of process that gets interrupted. But it's really
but it's only
difficult
started
to tell.
because you've been doing the two screens since you've been doing the live streams, haven't you, Shark?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Shark is presenting something.
So let's try this. Let's try this. Now, does my audio get messed up now? Can you tell?
Well,
It's perfect.
we can't see what you're presenting yet.
Because I
It's a black screen. It's a
because
black.
I've shifted
on
over
YouTube.
to
I
That's
see it on
weird.
YouTube, not live stream.
Yeah, on StreamYard it's a black screen, but on YouTube it is showing. Yeah, weird.
I'll skip to.
Well, it's showing on
So-
my stream. Yeah, it's showing up.
Right, so on YouTube it's showing like a spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah, but on look at
Oh no,
that.
it took a while. It took a while.
On StreamYard it is.
okay.
Yeah, now it's working.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the
so
sound is
now is my audio messing up now because I'm driving it off of the other screen?
No, it usually took a minute before it would mess up.
Yeah, no, but it's working
Okay.
perfect there now. Yeah.
So that's
Also, you are now a guest on StreamYard. You are not hosting the StreamYard now. Maybe that has. to
well,
do
that's
with it.
true too. Yeah, that's a difference. So
Yeah, you may need to contact StreamYards about that problem. Maybe it might be something they have come across.
Well, whilst I'm on YouTube, I might as well click the like button.
You better do.
All right, well-
before I got on.
Yeah, no, it's working there. I've just removed it now again to bring you back, but it's working
Yeah.
perfect there. The sound was perfect, so I don't know what was causing the thing. Paul Frost is off, by the way. So Paul, take it easy. Thanks for being in. Watchcall came in, Patrick Williams came in, and someone else came in. Who else came in? Johnny Five. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's something that you need to talk to StreamYards about, because it didn't happen there. It worked perfect there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
a weird one.
Paul, Doggy Bones says a little echo. I didn't even notice an echo.
No, I didn't notice an echo. Now, what I did notice was when on Sharks one, when the sound was gone, and then when he come back to his original screen, it took a couple of minutes for the sound and his mouth to sync back together.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, I noticed that. When you went from back to the screen, it took a couple of seconds.
yeah, I've seen that on some other live streams too, when people switch between screens, that it gets out of sync and it takes a little bit for it to get back
Charge
together.
because you're
again.
not R2 certified. That's what it is.
That, you know what, I
That's all it
believe
is.
you are right. I believe you are right.
Right,
Well,
J. Cat. He's leaving us.
JR Cat has to go as well. Take it easy, JR Cat. Thanks for being in.
Later.
There, JR Cat.
In
Take care, man.
15 minutes anyhow,
See you,
so,
man.
we'll tell you that.
Ralph, you'll be happy to know that one of your appliance guys, he showed up to fix the fan on the oven. He replaced the fan on the oven, and the oven is working great. So I tell you, you appliance repair people, you're worth the $350 to replace that fan.
Wow.
See you scrapping. Shark is a paid user of StreamYard, so they will have to look after him.
Uh-huh.
So
I might actually have a lot of time for streaming in the near future. I might, small chance.
Why'd you get fired?
Not yet. My contract is about to expire, and that means three things. Because I'm working through a sort of like a temp agency, not really a temp agency, but slightly more advanced. Either they just extend my contract and I keep working for the temp agency, or they give me a contract with the company, which is better, or they say we're gonna let you go and they fire me, and then I have a whole of a lot of free time. So that's three positive possibilities.
three positive.
I'm hoping for the second. You know,
Yes, the second one would be best.
if you're doing it good, you're doing it well.
I'm going
Why
to be
not?
making more money.
Yeah, but if you're working direct for the company, you get all the perks
Yes.
that the company offer as well.
Yes. And then the third thing I'm going to do, because I haven't taken any days off. Well, I took half a day off here or there. I think I'm going to take a month off. Yeah.
That's what you done the last time when you got let go by the other agency, wasn't it? You took a month
Yeah,
or two off before you could look for it.
I actually took 2 months off.
Yeah.
And I basically told them when they let me go at Whirlpool, I said, well, yeah, this sucks. I think I'm going to sell a couple of Bitcoins and take a couple of years off. And then they were like, what? They said, how many do you have? I said, not enough, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to work again at some point.
Don't mention Bitcoins when someone is beside you who may have a Bitcoin somewhere on a hard drive that he doesn't know where it is.
Yes.
It's right here.
So basically, I made them all jealous over there. So I said, "Oh, can you afford that?" And then I said, "Yeah, I'd probably just sell a couple of Bitcoins and take a couple of years off." And Bitcoin was at 50K back then or something like that.
But yeah.
And I remember when I paid £3.50 for it.
£3.50 and no, where it is.
I found your hard drive, Ian.
I only lost £3.50. That's all.
Yeah,
I lost.
well, I suppose that's the way you look at it. That's all it cost you, so that's all you've lost. £3.50. You keep telling yourself that while you're
finish printing?
crying into Mike's pillow when it arrives.
I knew, I keep saying it. If I'd have had it, if I knew where it were, I'd have sold it when it went up to 50 quid, wouldn't I? I'd have
Probably.
sold it, sell it.
That's what many people did when it went to like 50 or when it went to 100, because they paid a couple of bucks for it, probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna send Ian one of these so he can lay on the pillow safely.
Okay. I need one of those for casting.
without injuring his face. Oh my god. So, Ralph, what have you been up to this week, by the way? And we never asked you when you came. Have you done anything interesting, bro?
Not
Done any
that much.
casting, anything?
I prepared a load of shred and circuit boards because it was taking up way too much space. So I'm gonna take that in probably next Saturday, maybe the week after that. I don't know. The scrapyard is closed at the moment for summer holiday, and they opened back up on the 19th. I think it was stated on the website. So I did that for most of the Saturday, and then I made 4 new casting flasks, which I started on Saturday, finished today. I wanted to actually do some more casting, but I ended up just cleaning up my bench. Kind of like what Ian does, just hey, space on the bench, and then like the next day there's all crap on there. I know exactly how that feels right now. So I'm probably gonna be doing more casting of those pendant things that I've started over a year ago by now, and I promised more people more things. So yeah, I'm about 5 years behind on casting projects.
There you go. By the way, scrapping together, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Hope all is good with you.
Taterhead.
I was waiting for you to say it. I said, how come Mike hasn't said it yet?
Taterhead. Well, Nipplehead left. That's scrapping on the fly. I got Taterhead.
My son had a load
So,
of Bitcoins on a hard
What did
drive
you
that I
do to
made.
lose your driver's license, Taterhead?
See how it catches on?
It's kind of like the Chinesium, yeah.
Oh, that'd be upsetting. That one there. Look at my son got loads of Bitcoins on a hard drive. I may have stripped. Oh,
You know, that's for me. That would be good enough reason for murder or severe mutilation at least.
That would keep me awake at night.
You know, my father got into that, and I got a lot of hard drives to check. And I mean a lot.
That's something you ever wonder when you pick up a hard drive, is there anything worth looking at this? But again, if you've said to someone that you're going to destroy the hard drives for them, then what happens? You know, you have no alternative but to destroy the hard drive before you look at it.
I actually got a laptop from people that was an old laptop, and they said, "Oh, it's all crappy. It doesn't really run as fast as it's supposed to. We got 2 new ones anyway. You can take it apart, do whatever you want with it." And then I had it home, and then like the next day, "Do you still have that laptop?" I was like, "Oh god damn it, they want it back," and I already started taking it apart. I actually set it aside, just took some screws out, but didn't get very far because, I don't know, video game probably. So they said, well, there's still the hard drive in there, and there might be some data on there that we either want destroyed or want back. I said, well, I can destroy it for you. So I made a little video that I opened the casing, got the little cap off, took out the hard drive, unscrewed the hard drive, got the platters out, and just broke the platters like that because they're glass.
Yeah.
And then I said, what?
Iris says it's very dangerous breaking those.
Them glass platters, they go everywhere. We were just on about that earlier.
I did that inside a bin, and I had the camera pointing down in the bin, and I broke. And then I actually off camera, I just noticed I cut my finger.
See, that's, I mean, you always cut yourself with them. I was on about that. I said, no matter what, as soon as you break them, you always end up with a cut on your finger.
Yeah, but I sped up that video and made a little short video of a couple of minutes and sent it through WhatsApp and said, here's your evidence that your hard drive is destroyed. And then they're like, wow, that's actually pretty interesting. And I was like, should I put this on YouTube? I don't know. How to destroy your data from a hard drive?
Well, how do they know that that was their hard drive?
Because I showed them their laptop and I turned it around and I opened the bottom and showed the hard drive, and so yeah, I could have quickly put in another hard drive.
I'd be thinking it mightn't have been data they were worried about. They may have had some home movies on it.
You never know. You never
Look at
know.
Mike, he doesn't even need screwdrivers. He just
Ripped it off. Ripped it off.
What's that?
Mike,
Claws
you know-
like steel.
yeah. How much a pound do you get for them boards at the moment of board sorts?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
$5. Shark, look that up.
Okay, I'll look that up for you, Mike.
Thank you, buddy.
$5, Mike.
I think they're $5.
Electronic Scrappers already looked it up.
All right. I got my work for tomorrow printed out because I not have to do that now because, you know, digital stuff and emails is too advanced for them.
Mike, you know, I mean, I've been following some e-waste guys, I know, and I tend to keep that reading head because I believe there's a tiny bit of gold in there somewhere.
Are you trying to drive Mike over the edge tonight, are you?
I also take those little motors out. Hopefully they've got a brass rod on which I snip off.
Yeah, I like those brass little
I think
twirly
Mike is
rods.
going to take a hammer to it now just to piss you off. I knew he would.
Well, that's one way to get the motor up, I guess.
Yeah, he got the bit out.
I got it out. Look, it's in my hand.
Hey, Mike, did you have eye protection on?
No.
I did one earlier. I mean, look how clean that is. I mean, that's cast aluminium, you know what I mean? So,
Oh wow, there's an old one that has cast aluminium in it.
Yeah.
These days it's just plastic.
Ian, that's amazing. That's got to be at least 0.0001 squid worth of aluminum there, man. I'm glad you took the time to pull that out.
You want me to send this with your pillow?
Don't. He'll definitely cut his hand off of it.
Even better,
That's
keep
in there.
the cast aluminium and melt it.
mate, you need to check that rod because some of them are stainless steel.
No. Oh, this?
Yes,
What about the brass one in there?
Oh, the brass one.
Oh.
like that.
Spindle.
Anyhow, I'm about to finish up, so we'll ask everyone what's the plan for the week. So, Shark, what's your plan for the week?
Oh, I got a lot of catching up to do. I was gone last week, and I was getting people asking me to come do pickups and stuff like that. So I got a busy week of catching up with pickups this week.
And what about your videos? Are you what days have you videos this week, or what's the plan?
Oh, the videos will probably be related to whatever it is I end up picking up. So
All
we'll
right,
just
so
have to
you
play that one by ear.
okay. So, but are they coming out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? What days are you putting your videos?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the Patreon members will get theirs on Thursday. And then, of course, we'll do our live stream on Sunday, as we always do.
With no
Okay.
head,
Dear Mike. Electronic Scrapper, have you any plan for any video coming up or anything, or what's your plan for the week?
Only video I got coming up soon would be silver recovery from automotive contacts, but it'll be a little while. I'm too busy trying to catch back up to work. I'm going through a management change, and yeah, with family and everything,
Yeah. Real life takes priority over YouTube life. We understand that. Ralph, anything planned for you? Any video coming up?
Speaking of private life versus YouTube life, you can tell by my uploads that private life and work life taking up a lot of my time. But now that I have made more casting flasks, I might be able to get some more casting done because I can now just set up multiple things in multiple things in one go instead of just having to remodel every flask. So once I get enough of those pendants made, and I might actually start casting other stuff after that, because I've been doing the pendants for about a year now, failing, more failing, and a lot of dremeling and sanding and polishing and stuff. So don't count on any videos anytime soon.
We
But
never do from you.
No, I know you never do, but there will be more opportunity for casting and projects. I actually filmed some stuff, which I have no idea if I'm going to be using the footage, but at least the footage is there.
So there may or may not be a video from Ralph soon.
Yes, indeed. But there is work is being done.
Okay.
Not a lot of it, but there is some being done.
And Ian Matthews, how about you? Have we a video just this week from you?
I don't. It depends if I can get a chance to film the intro. I have filmed. I'm about 14 hours worth of video. I need to edit into a 3-hour masterpiece. But you know, there's some in the can. It just needs editing. But
Okay.
I'm quite enjoying it bed early, to be honest. And thinking like, yeah, there's more to life than YouTube.
Well, there's always more to life than YouTube. Mike, how about you? What's your plan for the week? Tearing down PCs, obviously.
And I have a whole van load too. I got to unload. Nowhere to put them. Now that's all about all I'm doing all week.
Well, what you have to get is a thing called a secret location, and you'll be able to store anything in one of them things.
Ooh. And maybe tomorrow I have an appointment. Maybe gone.
Oh.
Supposed to do it last week. It got canceled, so I'm hoping.
And what about the beard? Would you shave the beard off as well? No.
Did I say anything about the beard?
Okay. Right. So that's Mike's week ahead. He may be getting rid of his ponytail, and he's a raking PC to do.
Maybe Tuesday I might do a live.
And he might do a live stream Tuesday.
Maybe.
So keep an eye out on his channel.
And
So-
none of you are all invited. None of you.
Well, you usually do it while I'm at work, so I can't exactly come on then. So.
Sower's the only one that's allowed to come in.
So,
Oh, it's one of those live streams.
I'll send you Sower's.
he'll want the hard drive destroyed afterwards. As always, I appreciate everyone who's been in, everyone that came up on the panel, and hopefully we'll see you again next Sunday. And I said last week I was going to have a video out this week, but I didn't bother because I just had other things to do. So because I lied. So I'm not going to say I'm going to have a video out, but I may have a video out. I'm a bit like Watch God at the moment, Ralph. I have other things going on. I'm too busy with
Can't
other
be as
things
bad as me.
at the moment with work and other things, and weather's
Yeah.
crappy, so can't really get any scrapping done with the shed because it may be filled up with stuff again.
You want to see one of the last comments I got on my last video? It's like, if you don't upload, your channel will die.
Wow.
Like,
Die.
gosh,
Die. Wow.
I'm still alive.
So, as always, really appreciate everyone that's been in, and Ralph is here to finish off the show.
Oh,
on
yes,
the Saturday night. So, Ralph,
Scrap you all later.
Bye bye, guys. Don't forget to like.
everyone in chat,